When I tell y'all the roads are dangerous, I'm telling y'all that for a reason. Okay? I see tons of stories. I only can do videos on a few of them. A small percentage of the articles I see, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's a small percentage that I can actually do videos on. Of the articles and the stories that I see get sent and that I see personally, trust me, the roads are dangerous, and it has a lot to do with St. Floyd movement and the Blackistanian Spring and the glorification and deification of criminals. A reckless driver whose car has racked up more than 90 speeding tickets. Okay? Let that sink in. A reckless driver whose car has racked up more than 90 speeding tickets near city schools and habitually failed to stop at red lights was arrested in the hit and run that killed a 3-month-old girl in Brooklyn, cops said Sunday. Tyreek Mott, 28, was busted soon after the wrong way crash that left the baby dead and injured 3 other people around 6 p.m. in Clinton Hill. He was nabbed after fleeing the scene on foot and trying to steal another driver's car. Okay? All right? All right? He was nabbed after fleeing the scene on foot and trying to steal another driver's car. And this is normal behavior. Just because everyone doesn't end up in an accident, or every guy doesn't pull out a gun and shoot somebody who won't let him over, the city cameras tell the story. The fact that this one guy has 90 speeding violations. Mott was allegedly driving a 2017 dark silver Honda Civic in the wrong direction on Gates Avenue when his car collided with a 2020 black Honda Civic operated by a 49-year-old woman at Vanderbilt Avenue, cops said. The 2017 Honda, which has Pennsylvania plates, was previously captured by automated speed cameras zooming past Big Apple schools at least 10 miles an hour above the speed limit 91 times since the fall of 2017. So this guy routinely speeds. I mean, just think about that. Think about that. 91 speeding violation. He's still driving. I'm telling you, this has something to do with the whole liberal agenda. Go easy on criminals. Because one thing they had a problem with was a thing called broken windows policing. They called that racist. When Rudy Giuliani brought that in during his term. Broken windows policing. That means we're not going to overlook the little stuff, because the little stuff is where the problem is. You catch a lot of people you're looking for when you enforce the little stuff, and when you enforce the little stuff, it brings up the value of the neighborhood and the morale of the community. Because when you just let all these little things go, people, criminals in the element is going to naturally encroach and encroach and encroach and encroach. They're like a python. The way a python kills you is every time you breathe and exhale, he squeezes. So now your next breath is inevitably going to be shorter. So you breathe again and you exhale and he squeezes again. So now you can't even really get a breath because each time you breathe, he squeezes more. So that's how the criminal element is. You give them an inch and they'll take a country mile. And it's evident. And some liberals will probably think this is how the liberal mind works. The liberal mind works like, well, that was just this guy who had 91 speeding tickets since 2017 by automated speed cameras. But the logical mind says, wait a second. This is a sample. This is an example of what's out there on the streets. If you look at in totality with everything that's going on in the roads that I'm showing you just a glimpse of. So these guys are out here. They're not obeying any laws on the road. So this is another thing. So these guys are carjacking people. They're shooting in broad daylight. They're going in stores, filling up bags and just walking out because they know nobody can stop them. But when they get in the car, they drive like Miss Daisy. And they follow all the traffic laws. It don't work like that. If you're seeing crime like you're seeing in the streets, that same group is doing the same thing on the roads. The vehicle was caught on camera speeding in school zones an astonishing 35 times in 2021 alone. Think about that, man. To get caught on a camera that many times in 1 year. Including on 7 occasions since summer began, according to records. The car was also caught running red lights 14 times since 2017, including 5 occasions in recent months, data shows. On Saturday, the baby in the stroller was struck in the collision, as was her 33-year-old mom and a 36-year-old male pedestrian, according to cops. So he driving the wrong way. And listen, I guarantee you he's driven the wrong way down streets hundreds of times. He just struck out this time. The baby flew 15 to 20 feet in the air, a witness had told the Post. Oh my God, it's horrifying, a local resident told the Post on Sunday. This makes me sick. My wife and I were expecting, and this is horrifying. It happened right here, right down the block, he said. Nothing, noting the crash seen about half a mile away. The man called the baby's parents, who are French, super nice. So the parents from France, and they're super nice, and they live in New York. A lot of times I say, man, you don't know if they liberals. I guarantee you they liberals. I guarantee you. They probably forgive this guy. Want to talk with him. And want to know why. They were on vacation overseas the whole month of August, he said. Mott, Tyreek Mott, allegedly took off on foot after the crash and tried to steal a 41-year-old's 2020 Hyundai, cops said. He was arrested a short time later and charged with attempted robbery, attempted grand theft larceny, resisting arrest, and obstruction of governmental administration. When this guy ran from the scene initially, he attempted to steal another vehicle to evade police. The critically injured baby was taken to Brooklyn Hospital but couldn't be saved. Her mom was taken to New York Presbyterian Brooklyn Methodist Hospital and listed in serious condition. The male pedestrian was taken to Brooklyn Hospital in stable condition. The 49-year-old other Honda driver was taken to New York Presbyterian Brooklyn Methodist Hospital in stable condition.
Tragedy in Brooklyn after a baby is killed in a hit-and-run crash. Several people were hurt, including the child's parents. CBS 2's Christina Fan joins us live from the scene in Clinton Hill. Christina?
Good morning, Cindy. Absolute tragedy for this family of three. Mom, dad, and baby were out for a walk Saturday afternoon when a car slammed into that baby stroller. You can see it behind us there on the sidewalk, sending the 3-month-old girl flying into the air. Police say the Honda with the massive front-end damage to the right is responsible for causing the deadly chain of events. Investigators believe the driver was going the wrong way down Gates Avenue and T-boned another Honda going northbound on Vanderbilt Avenue. The impact sent one of the cars barreling into a family standing nearby. A 3-month-old baby girl was killed. Her 33-year-old mother was critically injured, and her 36-year-old father also sustained injuries. The driver and passenger of the T-boned car were also rushed to the hospital, and witnesses and neighbors ran over after hearing piercing screams.
Just look at the damage that this disenfranchised victim of institutional systems inflicted on this community. And think about it, man. After they blame it on everything else, if people, whack-a-mole everything they blame it on, they're going to come back with, well, it's because of poverty. Well, it's because of poverty. This guy got a 2017 vehicle, nice vehicle. He paying a lot of tickets. He ain't care. He don't care. He don't care about a ticket. Most of us, we go through a light. We get flashed by the camera. Pop. That ruined our day. This fool does that every day. He gets caught by the camera 2-3 times a day. He don't care. So they're gonna blame it on poverty. Gonna blame it on the people here in this community who now are left there. If they're wary of Tyreeks in the future, they're gonna tell these people that the only reason they don't like those Tyreeks or they're wary of those Tyreeks is because of the color of their skin. Somebody's gonna tell these people in this community, well, it's just because of the color of his skin. That's why you said whatever you said, or whatever comment you said, or asked whatever question you asked, or it's because of the color of his skin. Does it look like the problem here is the color of this guy's skin?
Owned another Honda going northbound on Vanderbilt Avenue. The impact sent one of the cars barreling into a family standing nearby. A 3-month-old baby girl was killed. Her 33-year-old mother was critically injured, and her 36-year-old father also sustained injuries. The driver and passenger of the T-boned car were also rushed to the hospital, and witnesses and neighbors ran over after hearing piercing screams.
We went up the window and we just saw, we heard huge screams of, oh my God. And then there was a woman lying down on the floor.
And police say there were 2 people in the Honda that caused this crash. Both tried running away from police, but they eventually caught one of them. Officers now believe the 28-year-old man they caught was the driver. Charges against him are now pending, and police are, of course, still searching for his passenger. And just to clarify how this crash happened, Gates Avenue behind us, as you can see, is a 2-way street. But on this side of Vanderbilt Avenue, it is a 1-way street. And officers say this is the direction the suspect came in. And we just spoke with a few neighbors and families who are familiar with this intersection. They say it is very difficult to make an incorrect turn onto this 1-way street, a very difficult mistake to make. Police, of course, now looking into how this all happened. We're live from Clinton Hill, Brooklyn. Christina Fan, CBS 2 News.